There are now 11, sorry, Mephistos in my arena shard, so I can only get up to 12, really. So for me, until I unlock Mephisto and possibly Odin, this is as good as it gets for me. Which is okay. I mean, there are obviously other game modes, and we had one that came out recently last night, which I'll have to look at. But I thought today I'll do a video on Blitz. So Blitz, everybody's favourite game mode, not. It's promised a lot when it first came out, Blitz, because it was an opportunity to utilise the full capacity of your roster, and it's sort of the reason why I got into these sort of collector games. It's getting as many characters as you can in your roster, and then forming teams, and hopefully teams that sort of synergize with each other. So what I'm going to do is just show you one of the rotations that I do now. There's some of the teams that I put together. They got duplicates in there because what I want to do is, from a role-playing point of view, I wanted to sort of keep them together. And it's just a bit of fun because let's face it, it's the only way I'm going to play Blitz. The only way I'm going to play Blitz really is, other than mindlessly go through them like a zombie, is to create a bit of fun for myself, because the game mode sure as hell isn't fun. So we're going to start off with, I generally finish most of my rotations on 8.3, if people remember what that is. That's basically the 8th tier and 3rd fight. So my first few teams really, and you'll notice I've got a hand team sitting in 59th team position, is designed to drop. So if I hit that sim button, they're going to drop. My next team is a Hydra team, Hydra Minions team, and that's designed to drop as well. So if I hit that, that's going to drop. And the idea is there's a Mercs team, the idea is to basically drop down the tiers. I've got a Shield Minion team there, and that's not going to really beat anything either. Then I've got a Kree team now. Now this is where it starts to get interesting. Can I climb back up the rankings with this team? So this Kree team takes on the Mishmash team. That's great. X-Force, not X-Factor, X-Force. Anybody remember them? They should beat this Guardians team. Then we've got the Inhumans. Anybody remember them? I mean, it's an idea. The idea is to really revisit some of these teams and to go back to a good old day where these teams were, looks like my Guardians just dropped there. That's fine. We got here is this particular team whose name I've forgotten. Who are they again? They've won. Then you've got this team. This is a problem. I'm forgetting the names of these teams. Underworld. That's who they are. And I mean, it's an opportunity to sort of revisit some of these teams, refamiliarise yourself, and just remind yourself. It's a bit of nostalgic value as well, but also remind yourself of a simpler time when we used to play these teams and enjoy them really. So this is a Hydra team. You'll notice I need to use the core there because I'm using Hydra Grenadier again for the second time. So, and I have a ton of these revives, so these credits, so I have no problem whatsoever burning my way through it. I've got over 2,000 of these, whatever they're called, Blitz charges. So yeah, in the interest of creating a set of teams that synergize each other and just basically have nostalgic replay value, I thought, yeah, let's give it a go. There you go. So that's an AIM team, which doesn't seem to beat anything these days, winning. Then I've got the Guardian Hero team. Then I've got the Black Order team. And Ravengers, they should do okay. So I'm suddenly up to tier 7 now. Now this is the Pimtech team. Gosh, I don't know if they'll beat this now. Will they? Yep, that's the Fantastic Four team. Now this is my Fantastic Four team with Doom. So again, we haven't really heard much about the Fantastic Four, have we? This is the offcuts from the Sinister Six. They're actually a pretty decent team. They should win quite comfortably. And it's just, looking at these teams which have been invested in. I mean, resources have gone into these teams. I'm a day one player, so uh, I have had to invest in these teams over the course of. I haven't had the liberty of joining this team halfway through the lifetime of the game, and being able to follow a guide, and being able to skip certain characters. I've had to, one way or another, invest to some extent in some of these characters. So yeah, this is so I'm already at 8.3 now. So the idea is to stay at 8.3 for as long as I can. Um, I should be able to stay up there using some of these teams. So the teams, the order of these teams, I've literally just put them in order of strength. So the idea is the weaker ones at the bottom, and then as I move up and advance more, I should have some of my stronger teams coming out. So there's Infinity Watch there; they're ever reliable. I've had to put together some shield guys with the I think it's Secret Avengers. I think it's. There we go. I've had to sort of put a few Spider-Verse people together as well. I'm trying to use as many players as many characters as I can. Obviously, some of them have been repeated. Like for example, in this team, I'm reusing Iron Man. I'm reusing Mr. Fantastic and Black Bolt. Hence the charges. But that's part of the new part of a new team there, which I recently had to invest in. So I haven't got Captain Britain yet. So it'd be interesting if when I unlock him, I'm hoping to get him as soon as that event comes round again. And this one here. Again, some of these teams I've forgotten. It hasn't been that long ago, but yeah, they some of the teams just came and went very quickly. This particular one here, Bionic Avengers, was one of them. I mean, they sort of came, did their bit in a raid, and did very well in raids at one point, and then they were gone. So Gamma's still very solid. What about this team here? This is the one with Old Man Logan. Yeah, let's try this one here. So gradually working my way through my Blitz rotations, and if I don't do it like this, I just won't do them. And yeah, there's an argument that you don't actually have to Blitz. You just need to, get a few teams through. Maybe the Weekend Warriors, you have to use the trait a few times. Other times, you just do enough to unlock all the milestones, and that's fine. But sometimes there's a part of me that feels a lot of resources, time, effort, and gold went into these teams. It's just such a shame if they just lie around doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not doing 8 rotations. You've got to be kidding me. If I've got a spare moment and I feel like revisiting some of these teams and having a look at the roster, I'll dig them out, give them a bit of a whirl. But otherwise, yeah, it's really such a shame they're just sitting there in the roster doing absolutely nothing, and the only game mode where you can deploy them and do anything in is one of the most boring game modes in the game. Let's see, so that's Alpha Force should win that one. So I'm starting to get to the tip of the roster now. So these are teams that have had some serious investment in. And we should be seeing some very solid and comfortable victories with these teams. Obviously, it all comes down to who you select as well on the other team. But so far, I think choices have been fairly good. It's sort of nice every now and then seeing a best Kree team coming up on your selections, or a defenders team. It does remind you of a simpler time. So I mean, who knows where this game's going to go? I hope it will continue. I do enjoy it, and I enjoy it to the point where I'm even willing to blitz So there you go. I've done a rotation of Blitz. Thank you for bearing with me and for making this particular Blitz rotation slightly more enjoyable than usual. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.